Hello and welcome to Mystic Mondays. Yes, it's Monday. We're excited about Mondays because of Mystic Monday, but
yes,
that's about it. And we have a really, really interesting topic today, and it's about how do I know, or how do you know whether you're psychic or not? And I will start this live session by saying we're all psychic, and then we'll get into it. We all have the gift, and that's the sixth sense. The sixth sense is intuition. So we all have intuition. It's just whether we listen to it, whether we use it, whether we believe that we have intuition. So we'll just look at all these topics today and see also what we can do to really exercise that, let's call it a muscle, the intuitive muscle, the psychic muscle. How can we work that muscle so it can actually help us be a lot more open and elevate our consciousness and be able to receive messages from the other side? But let's start the show. And I think, Jenny, what we're going to do today is I've asked Jenny to ask questions, and we're going to have like a question and answer session. I think it's easier rather than having me talking for about 20 minutes and then jumping in and having calls and then having questions. And then I just want to have it a little bit more structured so it's easier for everyone watching. That's it for me.
Perfect.
Hi, Jenny.
Hello, how are you on this lovely Monday?
On this lovely Monday, we have technical issues.
We have some technical issues today, but I think they're working out great now.
I think everything is working. I can see that we have Kim and Dana in the chat, the angels. Hi, girls. Thank you for being here.
I hope everybody had a good Christmas.
Did you all have a good Christmas?
Yes, that's what
mine was quiet. It was really quiet. Family. Oh, something is echoing for some reason. Okay, got better. Yeah, mine was really quiet with family, with my in-laws as well. We just, ate, baked cookies, ate some more, a COVID Christmas. Ooh, we lost you, Jenny. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Okay. I love Christmas cookies. I used to love Christmas cookie exchanges where you get all the different types, but I guess we can't really do that this year. So here's looking forward to next year and all the Christmas cookies. I love shortbread.
I know, you're absolutely right. And I have to confess that I did bake some more cookies today.
That's okay.
And I'm on my own, and I'm on my own at home because the kids are with their grandparents, and I was being naughty.
That's okay. That's okay. They don't need to know.
Nope. I mean, they won't know because I'll eat them before, I see my kids. I'll be doing that tonight.
You don't have to be psychic to know moms are hiding sweets somewhere in the house.
Or husbands. My husband is a sneaky eater as well. So
really? Yeah, Pete used to always be like, I know there's chocolate or something in this house. And he would look for hours sometimes because if I wouldn't tell him, I'm like, no, there's nothing.
Like a big kid. How cute.
Oh, man.
So let's start.
Yes.
Do you have any questions? Like, what's the first question? Let's have an opener.
When I think of being psychic, you've answered the very first question, which a lot of people actually have a hard time believing, is everyone psychic? And the answer is, I think, yes. Now, I guess what we're going to dive into is how that actually might look for different people, because I know there's different types of, abilities, like psychic abilities, the different clairs. And I guess my main questions revolve around what they might look like. Like, okay, my first question I'll start with is, what signs can you look for to know that you may be psychic?
Okay, well, there are no clear signs. Let's start from the beginning. When we're born, we're so pure, and we're so, and also time-wise, we're so close to the time that we were on the other side, right? So our psychic abilities and our consciousness is open and is really elevated, and we can feel things as children, as babies, or we can see things. That's why a lot of times you can see a baby, probably you see that with Billy, where he's laying there and suddenly he's just smiling, at nothing really. You can't see anything, but he's smiling and he seems to be following with his gaze, with his eyes. I mean, that's because children can sense and see things. And as they grow older and they go into puberty, now what happens in puberty is that your pineal gland, which is the third eye, which is at the center of your brain, basically. We haven't used the pineal gland in centuries and centuries and centuries and years. That's why it has been calcified. Okay, if you did an MRI in your head and you looked for the pineal gland, you would be able to see it, but it would look like a little tiny white rock because it's calcified. But what happens is when you're a teenager, when you're in puberty, and all your senses are heightened, and it has nothing to do with hormones. It just has to do, like, it's part of your growing up and the transition from going from a child into an adult, right? Now, what happens with pineal gland is that when you're in puberty, this calcification softens. So you're able to tap into this third eye, okay, much easier than when you're an adult, where this goes back to calcifying and becoming a rock again. So that's why a lot of teenagers sense things. They're so sensitive. They're so sensitive to their surroundings, okay? And it's not a hormonal thing. It's nothing like that. It's their senses. Now, where I'm going with this is that, so you have that ability from the moment you were born. Now, when you're a teen, as I said, when you're in puberty, a lot of teenagers feel it. They feel that something's different with them. They feel things that they can't explain unless they have a psychic mom or someone psychic in the family who's able to guide them and make them understand what they're going through. So this makes it even tougher. But what happens is that as soon as you reach that point of 18, 19, where you become an adult, okay, and your body has changed, you're now a man or a woman, basically. You look like a man or a woman. What happens is that you feel that you've lost your ability, your psychic ability. This is what happened with me, for instance, okay? I was a super psychic child, super psychic teenager. And then suddenly, as soon as I reached the age of 20, I think 21, when I was at university, I just lost all ability. I could not even read people. I'm so good at reading. I don't need cards or anything. I can read people from miles away. I can sense them, right? I couldn't do that. And I thought I completely lost my touch, my ability. But I kept doing tarot, for instance. I did tarot for friends, and I studied astrology and all that. But I did tarot in the classic sense, and like reading the symbolisms and going by the book, rather than the way I'm doing it now, because I'm
intuitively.
I do it because I get the message. It's just like as soon as I pick up a deck, I'm flooded by messages, okay? It's just, that's my way of saying to my guides, my angels, I'm open, bring those messages. So this is what happens to a lot of people. And that's why a lot of people have a hard time understanding whether they are psychic or not, because they do remember a time or a point in their life where they did feel things, they did see things, they had visitations at night from their angels, from their spirit guides. And then suddenly they just don't feel anything. And so they're starting to doubt their abilities. They're starting to doubt whether they are psychic or whether that exists. They think that being psychic is someone who just sits here like we do now, and I can tell you everything about your life. I can tell you, what you're going to eat tomorrow, what you're going to do the next day, where you're going to spend your summers. But it doesn't work like that. Okay, so I'm going off track again, but
I like this because I'll be honest with you. Somebody, I referred someone to you for a reading, and this person just kept saying, well, how much does she know about me? And I said, nothing. And she goes, well, like as soon as she got the reading, thought that you can tap into everything about her. And I'm like, no, no, it's not like that. Like, I don't know how it is exactly for everybody. It's a little bit different, but it's not like that.
You're absolutely right. It's very different. And then we'll touch the subject or the topic of how can you really heighten that ability for, and this applies for everyone. But I just want to say that, for instance, in my case, okay, as you said, you have psychics that have their clairvoyant, clairsentient, they have the clairs, Clairol. So I'm, for instance, a combination of everything. I'm a combination of, I allow spirit souls to channel through me, and this happens during readings. And that's why most of the time, I don't remember my readings. I don't remember you, yeah. Jenny, we've done reading. I probably remember bits and pieces because I channeled.
Yeah.
It just, things blurred out of my mouth. Or for instance, I may not see always the spirits like in clear form in front of me. Okay. Like clairvoyance too, but I do see them through my third eye, right? I do see, if I close my eyes and I focus on them, I see everything, but in my head rather than physically right out in my environment.
Okay.
I hear things. I can hear things, or I see images. Okay, so I'm a bit of a mixed match. There are other psychics that are just, they're only channelers, or they're only clairvoyant, and that's their strength and that's their ability, and that makes it a little bit easier, to be honest, than what I have, because it's a lot more. With me, it's just, that's why I have to meditate before the readings. That's why I have to shut off the left part of my brain. I have to tell everyone, it's the left part of your brain that is the busy part of your brain, the chit chat, the chatter, the noise. That's the part. It's on the left. So in order for you to tap into your right side of your brain and your third eye, you need to be able to switch off the left. And that needs a lot of work and a lot of training to do so. It's not easy. It doesn't happen like that. But if you learn how to do it, anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it and start receiving messages. You don't just receive messages during meditation. Meditation helps because it clears the brain, clears the mind. You're also connecting with your guides. But you could, if you're able to switch off the left side of your brain, then at any point, you're able to tap into your psychic abilities and connect with your guides and angels, or with souls and spirits. So this again is an exercise. Sorry, I think I forgot what the question was.
No, the question, well, basically, the question I have now is, what type of abilities are there? You mentioned, okay, for example, I think everybody can kind of extend upon or grow upon. Okay, let me tell you a little story. So for example, I can kind of see visions, but it's not like I can see something sitting in front of me. It's more like I am tapping into a memory that maybe my spirit team sent to me to kind of help me understand a situation or somebody else, that sort of thing. But what does come to me also are those visions. What I should say is that thoughts actually come to me quite naturally. Thoughts come to me naturally. I hear things and not actually hear it, but in my head, I think I hear it. What I did when I was a little girl was watch a movie you might remember called 3 Men and a Baby. It had Tom Selleck. Okay, so they did 3 Men and a Little Lady a couple years later, and she was 5, and she moved away. And Tom Selleck's character said to her, "Whenever you want to think of me, just take a snapshot with your eyes, close your eyes, and then you'll see that." So I always used to practice that snapshot with my eyes, and it was just a silly game I did, but I literally did this for years, to the point where now I can recall images without any problem. So I think you can really tap into anything if you try hard enough, because I was a little girl, I didn't know what I was doing, but I really believed.
Absolutely. You can tap in anytime. We all have all these psychic powers, abilities, whatever you would like to call it. For instance, I tried with my daughter tarot. I just showed her a deck. I just pulled some cards out and I just said, "What do you see? What do you feel?" And she was spot on. And she's no idea. I mean, she understands what tarot is, but she's no idea. Okay, and we don't talk about spirits and stuff like that, because as I've told you before, she was kind of like stalked by a spirit and orbs and stuff like that when she was a baby. And so I keep that a little bit. I don't want her to be scared at night, you know?
Yeah.
So, and it's incredible what people can do as long as they just quiet their minds.
Yeah.
We're too busy. That's the problem nowadays. Everyone is far too busy, far too stressed, far too sad, far too, preoccupied for us to actually, step back and actually look at the world as it actually is, the actual colors of the world, the energy. What is the energy that's surrounding us? It's not just 5G, 4G, or Wi-Fi's and Bluetooths. It's also the energy. Yeah. It's also the energy that comes like that we produce, we are made of. And that's important when you're building relationships, or when you're not only building relationship, but when you are around people, in order for you to understand them telepathically.
Yeah.
That's another ability as well, telepathy.
That's what I think it is. It's because I don't hear the thought. I just suddenly know something. And I just know things, and I'll be like, okay. And I used to say, just brush it off. And now that I'm not, I can see how it lines up later now that I actually listen. So it's just kind of staying aware of what's going on and what messages are being sent your way, because even Billy will pick up. I don't know how he does it, but he can literally I have this big box of like tarot decks, and he can like pick in this deck, and he pulls out the same cards every time from the same deck every time. I'm like, what is the message here?
Tell me which ones does he? Oh, next time, tell me.
Okay. Oh, actually, I keep getting 7 of Pentacles and Temperance. So I guess, I don't know. That's just been my theme for a while. Before it was the Death card and, oh gosh, I don't know. But it's funny how I always have the same cards for like weeks at a time.
You know what the Temperance card means to me?
Tell me, what do you think it means?
It's guardian angels. They're there. They're protecting. They're guiding.
Whenever
that shows up, he can see his angels. That's what she's saying. He's communicating. I told you, Billy's special though. He is special. Yeah. He has the gift.
I know.
So this is going to be interesting. You're in for a ride, Jenny.
I know. And he's funny. I got to get more stuff on camera of what he does, because he's unique.
Oh, bless him. Yeah. Okay, so where were we? Sorry, I lost my track.
The different clairs. I was asking you about the different psychic abilities. Sorry, and I had mentioned the different clairs.
So there.
And I just gotta say 1 second that I see my best friend on here, and it's her birthday today. So I just want to say happy birthday, Jen. I love you.
Happy birthday.
She has the same name as me because it's an awesome name.
Oh, happy birthday. Oh, that's wonderful. She's here to support you. Thank you for being here. I also saw, we'll talk about the class, but I also saw a question here. Sorry about this. I lost it now.
Dana mentioned discernment, and she's mentioned that before, and that's something that I need to practice really a lot, is how do you practice discernment? Like I think it just comes kind of with time and a little bit of doing the wrong thing a few times.
That takes practice and experience. And this is something you have to learn yourself, unfortunately. I mean, it's not like there is a guidebook for that, because everyone is different and everyone's in their own journey. And so you have to, this is something which is another level to what we're talking about now. And we'll get to that, but it's definitely something that you will feel it and you will go through it. But it's a lonely, I can tell you, this journey is lonely. The spiritual journey is a very lonely one. Lonely when it comes to with human beings, not lonely when it comes to souls and spirits, because that's when it starts getting busy. As soon as you have had the spiritual awakening. But I do want to go back to a little bit to what you said in the beginning, because I forgot to mention that you said, how do you know, how do you realize? For instance, if you are a sensitive or if you're an empath, okay, even when you're a psychic, when you go to big shopping malls or you go to places where it's very busy, what do you feel? Do you feel like your heart is palpitating because there's too much energy going around, but you can't really understand what's going on with your body physically? Do you get headaches? For instance, my eyes water.
Mine twitches.
You too? Yeah.
My eye twitches. My eye would twitch. I'm just like, who's doing this?
So there, I mean, that's a sign. That's one sign. When you feel that when you're around too many energies, your body really reacts to it. You have a physical reaction to that. That is validation that you're either a sensitive, an empath, or a psychic. Another example is migraines. I can tell you, before my spiritual awakening, I suffered from the age of 21, which was the age I lost, or I thought I lost my ability to be psychic. Okay.
Oh.
From the age of 21 till my spiritual awakening a few years back, I was riddled by migraines. Riddled.
Yeah.
I've been hospitalized. I've had lots of MRIs done on my head. They couldn't find anything wrong with me. And as soon as I had my spiritual awakening, I may have like slight little migraines, but that's usually when I have like readings that have been too intense. Only then, or when there's a sudden change in the weather, then I get a little migraine, but nothing compared to what I used to go through. And that's another example. So if you suffer from migraines, for instance.
What about vertigos? Angel asked, what about vertigo? Because I have bad vertigo since 2005. And when I was 10, I had migraines so bad that like it was just really bad. And it would be weird because I see spots and then like I have 10 minutes to get home and then all of a sudden I had this migraine. And they told me I'd have them for life and they just went away. And I almost feel like it was actually, now that you say that, the same timing that I feel like my intuition really went away, because I was really highly intuitive as a child and I didn't realize it. And then in high school, I think I just maybe the world beat it out of me, right? So I didn't tap into that. And that's kind of in sync with what you're saying too. But yes, vertigo as well.
Vertigo for sure, or ringing in your ears. Ringing in your ears is always an indication that either there's a spirit that just walked in, and when your ears ring, that's because the vibrations are changing, right? You need to be able to raise your vibrations in order to meet the spirit's vibration. So what happens is you have a physical reaction. Your ears ring. Your ears ring.
I just had a memory. My ears were ringing today, and I thought I was going to ask you, why do your ears ring? My ears were ringing today, and they haven't been doing that in like a long time. When I was, again, 12, I had them ringing really loudly, and I was at school, and the boy next to me said, "What's that sound?" I was like, "You can hear that?" He's like, "There's like a ringing in my ears." And I'm like, "I can hear it too." And I thought that was the weirdest thing for the rest of my life, that he could hear my ringing in my ears. And I'm like, maybe we were both tuning into the same thing.
That's a classic. Like the ringing. But yeah, because obviously you felt the same energy at the same time.
Yeah. You talk and I think of things. That's so fun.
See, it's things that they don't like. They're around or they happen to you, but you don't realize that they are more spiritual than you think. You know, it's really, that's why we're discussing this today, because that's what I want to tell everyone. You're all psychic. We're all psychic. It's just you recognizing those signs. That's awesome. And doing something about it if you're not scared. Like, don't be like my mom. My mom, I talk about you a lot here. There's a reason. But my mom, who is psychic as hell, she's afraid of it.
Yeah.
She's afraid of, she could have become the most famous psychic in the world. I mean, she doesn't even need tarot to do this. She could sit down and give you a reading just by looking at you. But she's afraid of it. She's scared of it. And unfortunately, to me, that's a gift that's going to waste, really. She only uses it on me because we have telepathy, like we communicate with telepathy. So she's only stalking me spiritually. That's about it. Thank you, Mom. So there are a lot of signs around us that do indicate, for instance, if you walk in a home or in a room where there are kids and pets, how do they react to you?
They love me.
that's a sign. Usually they are attracted to you. The dog or the cat will come to you, even if it's a shy cat. Normally, if it's a shy cat, that would go and hide under the bed, but they can sense, if you have that ability, they sense your energy and your vibration, and normally they come to you.
Okay.
So that's another indication. For instance, if you're if you are invited for a dinner party and they have pets, check the room and see how do the pets react to the people around them, or the kids even, or the babies. It's just there are things like that. I'm trying to find more examples, except for the ringing. And yeah, as we said, the spiritual awakening. Before the spiritual, another thing is physical symptoms, I'm gonna say, aside from the migraines and maybe like a sniffy nose, like having a sniffle or runny eyes, stuff like that, is, don't laugh, but for a huge period, I had immense back problems, and they were unexplained. Again, no one knew why. Yeah, I have a couple of slip discs, but that was before my slip discs, okay? Before I had an accident and I had that, and they couldn't. And I realized that was, and I got the message one day out of the blue that the reason why I have back problems is because I'm carrying spiritual weights with me from past lives, and I have to let them go.
Oh, from past lives. That's my next question was, can you carry latent abilities that you've had from past lives? And I was thinking like healing, like honestly, like I think some people were like great healers maybe, and they naturally do that now. I feel like I'm a self-healer. I don't think I can really, I don't know. I feel like I can self-heal, and I don't know if that's from like a past life or something, like emotionally.
Possibly. I don't, to be honest, I don't have the answer to that. I'll tell you what I think, according to what I've experienced and seen and doing this for years, is that you might not, as I said, we're all psychic. We've always been psychic in past lives. What we do carry is the memory, or a subconscious memory of a gift that we had. For instance, if you were a famous painter in your past life, if you were Leonardo da Vinci in your past life, and in this life, you just can't sketch to save your life. But there is a subconscious memory there where if you put yourself under meditation or even under hypnosis, you would be able to draw like Da Vinci. You would be able to write a sonata like Mozart, even if you're not at all musically inclined. But that is way deeper. It's hidden way in your subconscious. It doesn't mean that if you were, as I said, a doctor in your past life, that you'll be able to, if there's an emergency on a plane or somewhere, that you step in and you're like, I remember how to do this. I did this 300 years ago. It doesn't work like that. But it's still there. It's still there. So as a doctor, you might be in this life a lot more nurturing, or you can take the side of blood. You're not disgusted, or you're not, for instance, or if you were an amazing musician in your past life, this life you appreciate music, but you can't play an instrument, but you are still able to maybe create your own song by humming or whistling. So it's there, but it's not there. So it's there. It's like you need to work on it, just like your pineal gland and like your psychic abilities as well. I just want to see if we have any questions.
I have another question before I forget. We don't have to answer it right now, but it is about the conjunction that we went through on the 19th. Was it the 19th? Or the 21st? The 21st.
Sorry.
The question I have is, after that, I think that was actually last Monday when we met, right? And I had said, am I the only one that experienced a lot of weird stuff going on while that conjunction was taking place? I was on the couch for like 5 hours sweating, and then it was just fine again. And then when I reached out to other people, they were having the same sort of problems. And I'm like, there you go. You're psychic too, because we're all being affected too by the planetary alignments and things like that. So like, is that a sign that you're psychic?
Well, it's a sign. It affected a lot of people. I'm an Aquarius, and I can tell you for 3 days, it was so bad for me. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Everything that my PayPal account was suspended, my computer broke, like my new computer, not broke down, but it was like it downloaded all my files from my iCloud, and I had no space on it. So I spent 2 days doing that over Christmas. So everything was going on, and I had that heavy feeling, and I was like, okay, thank you very much, Jupiter and Saturn, for doing this to me. Thank you. I paid the price. But we also,
the planetary alignment affecting us, or is that psychic, or is that both?
It's a planetary alignment, because we're moving away from we've been, Jupiter and Saturn have been placed in Earth signs for the last 300 years almost. No, 200 years, excuse me. So, and now we're moving into the air element. So they're going to the air element.
Okay.
So now everything is going to feel going from this grounded feeling where everything was about grounding, material, money, foundations, what else? Yeah. Assets, investments, real estate, all that. We're moving away from that, and we're going into this age of Aquarius, which is all about the collective, humanity, sexual revolution, technology, innovation, things that are quirky, things that are out there, spiritualism, for instance. This is going to be big in the next few years because people are awakening. It's going to help people awaken even more. It started in 2017, and it's going to keep going. So, I mean, we're all feeling and we'll continue feeling it, but it's going to start feeling a lot airy, a lot lighter in about a month or two. Okay. It's going to start feeling like an Aquarius, like an air sign. And the other thing is, you can't make plans with Aquarius because it's an air sign. And you know what air does? You build something, air comes, and then it just completely transforms it or destroys it. So what we're going to learn in the next phase now is how to be adaptable, how to adapt. We're going to see a lot of nomadic behavior. People are going to be moving around all the time now. There's not going to be one place where you say, I feel rooted. I feel that this is my place and this is where I was born. This I'm going to die. People are going to become nomads. They're going to be moving all around. They're going to try to discover it. Another thing is discovery. This is what this new era is bringing. So this is a new, exciting era. And yes, of course, when you're psychic and you're sensitive and you're an empath, you're going to feel it even more. Of course you are, regardless of your star sign. So it's interesting. Yeah, please go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I forget who, but somebody had said, what's the difference between an empath, because you mentioned empath just now, and a healer. And I think you kind of touched upon that, what the main difference is between an empath and a healer.
An empath is not necessarily a healer. A healer is not necessarily an empath, but you can have both.
Yeah.
You can. So an empath is someone who doesn't have to be psychic, doesn't have to believe in this stuff, and even if they think it's woo, but someone who picks up other people's energies. So when they walk into the office and their colleague is like, good morning, and suddenly they start feeling a little bit like heavy and like they have like a pit here, that's picking up this colleague's energy, which even though she's smiling and she's saying good morning, she's probably not well. She's probably, she probably had a fight with her husband before she came into the office. And they start picking up these energies. That's an empath, picking up things around them without even understanding where that's from. Okay. So and empaths usually have a lot of mood swings and anxiety attacks. So you will see a lot of empaths that have anxiety and they get panic attacks. That's a sign, for instance.
And Casey mentioned also that she feels the energy when she's like even online. So like YouTube or talking to somebody on Instagram. I almost feel their energy more when I'm online than in person almost, because like, I don't know, it's all mind, but it's definitely something you can pick up online. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pick it up. You don't have to be in the same room, to be honest.
No.
You don't have to be in the same room. But that's an empath. Now, a healer is a very different story. Is someone who, of course, it helps if they're an empath, and usually they once they realize they're healers, then they do develop to become even more of an empath, if you know what I mean. They have to, because they have to determine as well where are the blockages, where does this person need help. So a healer is working with the light, with the source, to help people. Could be Reiki, could be yoga, could be meditation, could be white light healing. It could be anything. You could even call doctors healers, even though they're scientists, but they're healers because they are working to help humanity, to help the collective. But in the sense, in the spiritual world, in what we do, a healer is someone who works with spirit and energies. Okay, and is treating those blockages and those challenges that people are facing. Auras. There are people that work with auras. They can tell. I have a great trick to also tell you. I'll tell you later. There's an amazing trick about auras. If you want to know what color your aura is, there's an amazing trick. I'll tell you now, actually.
Tell me now. I want to know.
So what you do is take the palm of your hand, open it like that. Okay? It doesn't matter how you look at the palm of your hand, but just open your palm of your hand and then put it against a white wall.
Okay.
Or a white surface. And then squint your eyes and really concentrate in between your fingers.
Okay.
That gap in between your fingers while squinting. You can see your aura and you can see what color your aura is. Try it. You need to do this. I see Dana and Kim are doing it.
Are they? Oh, you want me to do it? Okay.
No, you don't have to. You can do it in your own good time. But I tell you, it works. It really, really works. And it also tried at different times. So when you're relaxed, look at your aura and see what color your aura is when you're relaxed. When you're angry or stressed, take a look. It's fascinating to see the changes.
Is it true that before you pass away, it's like black or gone or missing?
I don't know. I don't know.
I can't see them.
I haven't seen it, so I cannot answer that question.
I don't want to know that. Anyway.
Otherwise, but the way you see the aura, it looks like a mist. Okay, so it looks like a colorful mist surrounding your fingers, your hand. That's what you see. But you need to concentrate, really concentrate, and do it. Do it in your own good time, and let me know what color your aura is.
Is there a good color? Is there like a best color? Like I've heard purple's good. Is purple good?
Different colors signify different things. There's also white, not white, it's clear. For instance, I know my aura is clear and then it goes orange sometimes. So it depends on the situation. If you're channeling, it goes a different color. It's just, it's really interesting.
That is neat.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I want to, let me bring Dana in. Hi.
Hi, Dana.
Hi.
Did you see your aura?
Yeah.
What color was it?
It was like indigo and then a real faint teal and then a white. It was striped.
You're like a mermaid. That's pretty.
She's a healer, that's why.
I know. Can I say what happened last night, Dana? When I was in a panic because my little, Billy was just screaming for 7 hours. And I was like, it was 1 a.m. and I'm on Instagram and I see Dana and I'm like, Dana. And she was there for me. And I swear, I think she sent a healing light because instantly he just looked at me and started breathing calmly and never got upset again and went to bed. I was like, what did you do, Dana?
It's
Wow.
wow.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say it's through me, not of me. Okay.
Yeah, I know that. But I appreciate it. Thank you, because Mama was going crazy.
Well, since I have you both here, and if anyone else wants to join, let's play a game. Let's make this a little bit fun.
Yes.
Okay, let's show people, let's show the people in the chat and people who are watching this video how we all have psychic abilities / powers. Okay, are you in, Dana? Do you want to play the game?
Sure, but I don't know all those cards.
You don't
We're
need
not
to.
supposed to.
Okay.
You don't need to. Okay. This is a little bit like the Xenocodes. The Xenocodes have symbols like the wave, the cross, a square, a circle. And they use that in psychology, and they use that as well when they want to test out psychic abilities.
Okay.
So what they do is, like, I show you a card. I show you the back of a card. Okay. And you have to close your eyes and focus on that card and tell me, what do you feel, see, hear?
Okay.
Colors, everything. And then I will flip the card over, and I will show you the image. This is from another deck that I love. It's called The Wild Unknown, and they have really nice imagery. And I've picked 5 major arcana cards here. So I'm not going to tell you. Let's make it harder. I want to show you because I don't want to influence you. I want to see, because I know that both of you have this ability, and I know you'll be spot on. So,
Oh, that
do you want
makes
to
me
go?
nervous. Sure.
No, don't be. Or do you want to see the cards first then?
What do you
No.
want? Okay.
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, we have the Chariot.
Okay.
We have the Star,
Okay.
Strength. Okay, the Fool, I like the little chick. The beginning of the journey of a swan, and the Moon, my favorite.
Okay.
Okay, so shall we begin? Who wants to go first? I will drop the link. Sorry, I will drop the link. If anyone wants to call in and join in the fun, you're very welcome. So let's start. I'll just pick a random card. Who wants to go first?
They're called the Chariot, the Star, the Fool, the what?
The Fool, the Star, the Chariot, the Moon, and Strength card.
Okay. Okay.
Shall we begin? Okay, this is good. Totally random. I don't know what I'm picking. I'm going to pick a card. Who's going first?
Jenny said she was going first.
I will. Why am I blurry? I went blurry. Oh, wow.
Okay,
That's the moon. Is it the moon or the lion? Is the moon? I was going to say the lion. I'm like, but that one's the moon.
No.
How did I know that?
I was like, I thought, did you see the card? Amazing. Amazing. See? Okay. Another random one, okay?
I'm speechless.
I think your best friend is I'll bring her on.
I'll call and say I don't have a million children, so it's not so hectic in my house.
Not like a billion kids around her.
Yeah, it's intense. Sure.
You have to cut out your YouTube.
My what?
YouTube. It's echoing.
Oh, is it? Okay, let me see if I can. I'm on my phone, so. Did that work or no?
Yeah. Oh no.
No?
No.
Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, Jen, listen. I'll drop you. You can find the link and I'll bring you back out.
Okay.
Okay. So Dana,
Okay.
I have a card in my hand.
Okay.
I will also concentrate so I can send you the image, okay?
Okay. The lion.
No. But you don't have to, just try to see, do you see any colors? Do you feel anything? Try to take it that way. Instead of trying to guess the card, try to guess what's on the card. I'll send you some images.
I got it.
You do?
Oh, my stomach's so nervous now.
Don't be nervous. I mean, this is not a test. It's just fun and games.
I don't like tests.
I just see the sleigh and stars, so it just looks like a sleigh and stars to me. This.
Okay. Let me help you. It's the Fool card. It's the Fool card. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, we have to do it a couple of times as well. Jen is back. Ooh, lost her. She's gone.
See, what I did was, in my mind, I thought, oh, it's going to be the lion. But then as soon as you put the card up, my thought was I yelled out the moon before I thought about it. And then when I thought about it, I changed my answer. So it's just, for me, it's always the very first thought.
Well, you were right. And also maybe the line you both, I mean, you thought star in the beginning, Dana.
Mm-hmm.
But before Jenny did that, I was thinking of the lion actually, because when I pulled the card and I showed it to you, I was like, okay, this is the theme of the day, because during a reading today, the lion came up as a spirit animal, blah, blah, blah. So maybe it was just like, but it's okay. Oh, wait, Jen is back. Oh no.
Is that better? Did that work?
Yeah, that's working.
Okay.
It's still echoing.
It's still echoing. I don't even know how to turn that off.
Oh, wait, let me mute Jenny. I don't know if I can do it for, okay. Is it back? Jen, can you say something so we can test the sound?
Yeah. Can you hear it?
No.
What?
No, I can still hear it.
Huh. Do you have any headphones? Headphones.
I might be able to find some. Hold on.
So we'll drop you and we'll bring you back up. Okay, this is getting complicated. Anyway, so do you want to have another go, or shall we stop? But you see the point of the game. This is a good way of exercising your intuitive muscle, your psychic muscle.
You didn't guess that it was the Fool.
It made me nervous because it felt like a test when I know that I know what I can do. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry if I put you on the spot. It's not at all a test, because it doesn't mean if I failed it many times, doesn't mean that, you're not psychic. You also need to be at that mind, you have to clear your mind. You have to be in that place. And
then all the static became right before it. And I was like this.
Yeah, don't worry. But it was I just wanted to show how everyone can play this game. Everyone can really exercise their psychic abilities and train them. And there are lots of other things that you can do to really heighten your abilities. And that's all. That's pretty much it. And anyone can do this. Even my children, if I play this game with them, I'm sure they can, after a couple of tries, they will start picking up, I don't know, images and stuff like that. You can do it in a part. For instance, we used to do this when I was younger, when we were like a big group of friends, we would sit around a round table, and then there would be one person who would have like an image in their head, and then would all hold hands and concentrate. And as a collective, we would be able to see and tell this person what they were thinking, and it works. And not everyone was psychic, you know? So that's the point of this game. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm used to the ones with the waves and the triangle and the circle, and you know what I mean.
Xenocodes, yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't have them, so I thought I would just whip up one of my mini decks. And because this is a beautiful deck as well. I mean, you can see the imagery here.
Yeah, that is nice.
It's beautiful. Here's the box. The Wild Unknown.
Oh, nice.
I just don't use it enough for readings, because this card for me is very spiritual, is very much earthy deck. And if I do readings with this deck, I just need a very long time to get to where I need to get to, because it's just so airy-fairy, if you know what I mean. It's just so, it's all about, you know, understanding your soul purpose. So I use this deck when if it's a specific reading and someone just really wants to understand their soul purpose, then I use these ones. But if I'm doing predictions or looking at their lives and stuff like that, I use the Light Seers, this one, which I love.
You wouldn't believe what I just got in the mail last week from Etsy. They were Oracle Pogs, like from the 90s. But they're so cute. I love these things.
I could buy tarot decks all day, every day. It's just like, I just love them. Just love that. I love it. I don't use all of them, but I just love having them around.
The only deck I really ever use or have used in the past is an angel deck.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And at first I didn't want to use it at all because I felt like in some way it was cheating. But then I realized it really wasn't, because like you said, just the fact that I had it in my hand felt like it was a turn on button.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's so true. You know, sometimes like these for 3 days I didn't do any readings. I didn't use my tarot, and I have to say I missed them. Like I could like feel them calling me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, where's my deck? And then as soon as I held them, I was like, oh, I don't know. I can't explain it. There's a connection there. I just want to say hello to several people that just came.
Willow. Hi, Willow.
Hi, Willow.
Hey, Willow.
Thanks for being here.
We've got Nina, Bad Boy Breeze, Kevin.
We have someone new, Kevin. We're subject to the forces that guide us. Bad Boy Breeze is here. Gina says she guessed it. She guessed the card.
She knew it was the Fool, the chick.
Told you, girls.
I can say I felt like the Fool.
No, not at all. It's not about whether you pass the test or not. It's just, again, it's an exercise. But we need to do it on a different format, under different circumstances. On YouTube, it's not. It wasn't a great idea. But I just wanted to show everyone that you can do things to help your.
Yeah. I thought it was fun. I was like, that really shocked me. Wow.
Okay, let me just. So, does anyone want to call in? Is there anything that I didn't talk about? Is there anything that you still have questions about? Or, I'm going to bring Kim in as well, because she's been waiting patiently. Kim, hi.
Hey, Jen was wanting to ask you a question. She said she was being tortured by a spirit and wanted to know how to get rid of it.
I think it was the spirit of her sister, right?
Yeah.
I didn't catch all of it.
Okay. So first of all, why is the spirit tormenting you? Is it really a spirit that's tormenting you, or is it maybe that you feel the spirit and you're just a little bit afraid of it and you just feel that it's overwhelming?
She said it's her sister.
She said it's her sister.
Still, I mean, what kind of relationship did you have with your sister before she passed? Do we have any details? Who was that? Sorry.
It was Jen, but unfortunately, I think she had to leave. Not my best friend Jen, a different Jen.
Okay.
There's a lot of Jens in here.
She comes back, and then maybe she wants to call in, and then we can talk about it a little bit to help her out, because it's not very common that this happens. Like, spirits don't just show up from the other side to torment you or just to make your life a living hell. They just don't. They're too busy on the other side. Now, whether they are malevolent spirits around, maybe disguised as her sister, but as you know, I don't believe in demons, so.
I did want to say to people that you can, well, most people can. I would think most all people can, but if you focus on an individual and you squint your eyes a little bit, you can see the aura of an individual.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on the size of the aura, you can tell what emotional state of being they are, or health-wise as well.
Absolutely.
Very true. Very true. And I love that when you said it, Jenny went,
I'm looking at you, bro.
she was talking about our auras.
I mean, it can take a little practice, but you can do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It takes practice. You're absolutely right, but you can do it. Anyone can do it if you know how to, like, what to look at. So it's incredible. And you can see the colors changing depending on their mood, depending what they're doing, on their energies. It's absolutely fascinating. Absolutely.
And sometimes you can even recognize if a person is more in the shadow as well, because their energy seems to be darker around them.
I just want to say, Kevin says, I think it would be great if someone could confirm whatever sense I might have. I feel like there is a load of spiritual energy around me. Well, Kevin, that makes you an empath, or that makes you psychic. What exactly are you feeling? How do you feel? I mean, how do you feel when you pick up these energies? Do you want to maybe call in and just give us your insight, and we can
maybe
help?
drop the link again?
I will. There you go.
Oh, thank you, LMS. She said, or happy holidays, Dana, Kim, Fam.
Oh, happy holidays to you guys.
Happy holidays. Thanks for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Oh, and it's almost the end of the year, guys. I mean, we have something to celebrate.
I know.
Oh, and we've got a full moon tomorrow. So brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. Another one.
I wanted to share some stuff too, that there were a lot of things that I didn't realize that I could do until circumstances made them necessary, so to speak. Such as when Noah couldn't tell me things that were wrong in his body, I would start to feel them in my body. And so I didn't understand it at first because things wouldn't be wrong with me. And so I would start connecting that it was something with him, because then he would do little things that wouldn't make sense, and I would take him to the doctor and say, I think so-and-so is wrong, and they would check it out, and based on what was wrong with me, it was him. So then after that, I would notice that my hands would get really warm to the point his skin would turn red, because I took him to the pediatrician and I was holding him. You know how they'll strip him to the diaper? My hands would heat up so much, his skin would turn red, and he'd have red handprints on his body. And they took him from me to put him on the mat, and they saw the handprints, and the doctor called the nurse, and they almost accused me of abuse because they saw handprints on him. And they started to file a report. Well, by the end of the appointment, they began to fade. Which scared me to death, because I thought I was going to be
Yeah.
CPS. So
Yeah.
finally, they told me what had happened, and they apologized. So then I started going, okay, what's going on here? And then I started studying different forms of healing because I figured something more was happening. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Have you used it since Noah's passing?
Well,
Have you used your healing?
healing, yeah, with my animals and my daughter, and at distance, long distance healing.
Mm-hmm. You are a healer. We know. I mean, it's obvious for people have the gift can see that in you because we can see your energy. We can see the light. You see, Jenny and Kim can attest to that for sure.
When I was like, Dana, help me.
You have that healing quality, the gift, and you have to do something about it.
Well, I mean, you learn how to do different things pop up. Let's say that. Then you learn how to do remote viewing, and you learn how to do astral travel. So then you can do healing at a distance, and you learn how to do. I mean, one thing falls into another, and you go down a rabbit hole you didn't know you were going to travel down, because things become connected.
Right.
And
That's why I love all of this, is because you never stop learning. There's so much to open up another door. Yeah.
You end up in circumstances that insist that another gift opens up.
They necessitate it. Yeah.
That was my point.
Yeah.
That you have no option but to open that door, because here you are.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a gift you didn't know you had, and now you have to use it. And let me say, even if you have healing abilities, it is through you, not of you, and it doesn't mean that you can heal or fix everything.
No, you can't. Even psychics can be wrong as well. And it's not that it's because they are charlatans or anything like that. It's just that energies change, things change, nothing is set in stone, and it's up to you. Same with healers. They can't heal everything. Otherwise, no one would die, no one would be sick, no one would be depressed. It's a matter also, and healers, I mean, Dana, for instance, if she worked on someone, let's say she worked on me, but our energies are just mismatched. No matter what energy and what she did to me, I would never be completely healed. Right. It's also the energies and the vibrations have to also come together and match, because that's the core of healing, basically.
Well, I mean, the spirit has to accept the healing.
Exactly. Be open to it and ask for it. Be open, ask for it, and be welcome of it. But not everyone's like that. That's the problem. Because a lot of people, for instance, don't believe in Reiki. Just bringing an example.
Or quantum healing.
Yeah. Or white light healing.
And
white light therapy.
And I've studied all of them.
Amazing.
Because they all are a piece of each other. And science and God and spirituality, all of those are not separate entities from each other. They are all a part and piece of each other. That's where humanity fails the test.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. It's the human race, the most destructive race on this universe.
Absolutely.
Most destructive race. I just want to go back to Kevin, because I feel that he wants to. I'm spending years not confident in my conversation abilities. Translating thought to words is increasingly difficult. Kevin, if you want, you can just call in. This is a safe space if you want to talk to us, and we can help you.
Kevin, if you just call in, even if you don't say but 2 words, just so we can see you and feel you, that is what would help the most.
Yes, that's why we're here. We're here to help. So just call in. What you do is you just click on the link, and then it will just you'll pop up backstage, and then I'll just include you in the video, in the chat. On voice. Okay, hold on. Even if I want to be on voice, my wife is using her sewing machine too loud.
Well, don't be on voice, just be on presence.
Yeah, exactly.
He's getting his tablet.
We would, okay, perfect. See, that's the way. That's perfect. Okay, so we're waiting for Kevin. Before we do that, before Kevin brings his tablet, I would like to talk a bit about Kim's new, very, very important, how do I call it? Not a project. It's not a project. It's a
Maybe it's a passion project.
There you go. Label it however you want. It's a help center. What I'm doing is, the title of it is Unashamed, and then break the silence, break the stigma. And I'm bringing awareness to mental health issues and telling you that there is no difference between a mental health issue as a physical health issue. It's just in a different place. And there's no shame in talking. There's no shame in getting help. And there's no shame in taking medication. And if you are going through depression, and a lot of people do this time of year, I'm going to tell you, I have bipolar disorder. I understand. And I have anxiety and depression issues. I understand. And for a long time, I was ashamed to talk about it because I was ridiculed and things. And I'm here to tell you that this is a safe place to talk. Give me just a minute and I'll drop the link to my YouTube channel. It's new, so there's not much on it. You can also click on me in the comments and go to my existing YouTube, because I am going to have a place on there for these videos too. But any kind of question, no question is wrong. The only stupid question is the one not answered. So I'm here, and you've got a panel right here that's working all together with me. So Dana is getting ready to do her own thing, so she'll be in there. So just reach out if you need to, if you know somebody, if you're a family member and you need help understanding, reach out, because understanding is the first key.
Okay.
That's beautiful. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Kim.
Good job.
You're welcome.
We support you, Kim, because you support all of us, and we support you. And whatever you need, we're here for you. And Kim will be here for you if you are suffering from mental health issues, depression, anxiety, bipolarism. Is that a word? Bipolarism or bipolar? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. I make up my own words sometimes. So that's very, very important. That's very important. And this is very precious what you're doing, Kim.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I want just to say really quickly that Kevin and Casey are backstage. So do you mind, Kim and Dana, if
not at all,
because I'm afraid that if I put too many on the panel, then we might have technical issues. It's Monday.
No worries.
Might bring you back up if I see that this thing is working well. Okay. Thank you. See you in a bit. Okay.
Right, okay.
Bye. Hi, Casey. Long time no see. I'm bringing Kevin up as well. Hi, Kevin. Thanks for bringing your tablet.
Hi, Kevin. Hi, Casey.
Hey.
Oh, Kevin, we can't hear you.
Who can we hear?
We can't hear Kevin, I'm afraid. You need to either come closer to your microphone, like to your tablet, or maybe if you have earphones, that would help.
Okay.
Oh, no,
we can hear
you.
I'm hearing, I need to call you back, I think, real fast, because I'm hearing a delay also.
Okay, but we can hear you fine, just so you know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing an echo. It's delayed. I'll just 1 second.
Okay, I'll remove you and then you can come back in. Okay. Hi, Casey. How have you been? Long time no see.
I know. I've been busy. My daughter has been sick.
Oh.
They didn't know what was wrong with her. We had to take her to Children's Hospital about an hour and a half from here. And they couldn't even figure out what was wrong with her. And she was swelling all over, like in retaining fluid. And nobody could figure it out. Finally, they figured it out that it was her thyroid, some of it, but she was breathing real heavy. And when she sleeps, she breathes real heavy. And I don't sleep hardly at all watching her sleep. So, and it's draining. And then, like, I was one that asked the question about being an empath and a healer, because, like, me and you have talked, film, about me having some type of abilities of some sort, or multiple abilities or something. And all this YouTube drama, Instagram drama, and all this stuff, and I try to flip and watch stuff and everything. And I feel like I get so into it because and then it starts draining everything, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Stay away from the drama. If you're an empath, stay away. You're gonna get an ulcer, I tell you.
I have to click off of it and just
I mean, drama is not good for anyone, let alone
at first.
empaths.
But then, after they do it for more than a day, it's not worth to even watch it anymore, and especially when somebody you feel is attacked that shouldn't be attacked, that is just doing great things.
I agree.
Like Adam was and everything.
Love Adam.
I know that was, but it's the good people that get the brunt of it, I'm afraid.
That broke my heart, and I was first to reach out to Jason and Adam, trying to tell them, like, hey, look, I don't believe this, and I'm sure there's however many other of your subscribers that are your true subscribers and your true friends, because we all feel like we're a family, even though I don't call in, I don't chat that much or anything like that. I just sit in the background and watch, but I still feel like I'm part of this family.
Yeah,
exactly. It's
It broke my heart, and I was like, poor Adam, because he don't deserve that. He is too sweet. Him and Jason both.
Yeah, they are. They're so sweet.
I agree, but there's always going to be people who just want the worst for you rather than the best for you, and that's what happens, unfortunately. And I feel sorry for them. They're both cancers, so they're super sensitive. They're empaths. I feel so bad for them. I had to play a little bit the psychologist when this was going on, because I was like with Jason and Adam, and we were on the phone and stuff like that, and I was just feeling so bad for them.
Me too.
But I mean, I'm glad it's over. It's under the bridge now.
I'm a Libra, and I'm sensitive, so I feel like I feel everything. I don't know.
No, I know. When we talked, and I could sense that you have the ability. You're an empath as well. But it's so nice to see you, though. It's been a while, and I'm so happy to see you. You look great.
Thank you. You too.
I'm gonna get to Kevin now, because I think we've got him back, right, Kevin?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Oh, I can hear you. Perfect. So you were saying one of your questions was, do you want to repeat one of your questions regarding since we've got you now, so we can help you?
Oh yeah, well, I feel like I see there's a lot of coincidences in my life, which is funny to say, because I don't put a lot of stock in the coincidence. And so when I see things happening around me, and they tend to relate to me, and they seem to have a lot of control over my emotions.
Okay, in what way? Like in the emotions that you feel deep inside, or is it the emotions or the reactions?
Physiological reactions. Yeah, and just feeling nervous, sweating a lot.
Okay. And does this happen in certain circumstances, or do you have that in general when you're around a lot of people or people that you pick up their energies?
Whenever I'm in public.
Whenever you're in public. Okay. Because you feel things, right? And you're having a physical reaction to that.
I believe so.
Okay. So next question. How's your sleeping? Do you dream?
Great.
It's great.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I do. I tend to have the same, go back to the same places in my dream. There's always some type of shelter, and there's always water and swimming.
Yeah, me too.
And can I ask you, when you were a child, have you seen spirits? Have you seen ghosts? When you were a child, could you see like lights or orbs or different colors around you, around your surroundings?
Yes, definitely, especially in photos. A lot of times in photos, I would capture them.
We have another one, guys. Kevin, he's one of us.
Very, very recently, within the past year, there was a very strange thing that happened when I was visiting my grandparents, and it was late at night. I was talking to my grandmother, and out of the corner of my eye, I noticed that my left hand seemed to have like a small yellow light in it. It was kind of cool. And I looked over and I could see it, and I hid it because I didn't want my grandmother to see. I didn't know what it was, but then it had gone away. And then 2 weeks later, I was getting into bed, and it felt like there was some type of small gravity ball, like a little black orb or something that would jump on my lap for about 2 minutes. So things have been increasing recently. It's been really interesting.
Has something happened that has increased this activity, do you think?
No, but I feel the changes in myself. Like, I don't recognize myself from the person I was, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago.
What you need to do is you need to, we can help you, and Dana also can help us with this as well, because I feel that what is happening is that you're channeling and you're very open to spirits and souls and energies. And the thing is, you don't know how to block it. So you're always open and you're always receiving, and that's changing you. Because A, it's exhausting, and B, if they come through you, then you feel you have no control of yourself and of your actions and of your emotions.
Yeah, I feel tired often. I sleep 12 hours a night, sometimes nap for an hour or two throughout the day, and I have to avoid. I get to spend about an hour out in public before I start feeling irritable and overwhelmed.
It's Casey. Do you mind if I drop you for a second? I just want to bring Dana up. 1 sec.
That's fine.
Thank you. So I'm going to bring Dana up. Hi, Dana.
Hey.
Since we have a healer in the group, in the family, what do you think, Dana, how can we help Kevin with that? Because I do feel that he's going through a lot of spiritual activity, and
right now Kevin is like a revolving spiritual door.
Exactly.
And he does, you're right, he doesn't know how to shut them down. So they're kind of just like moving through him all the time. They're sort of using him like a gosh, what was that word we used about when I had that place in my house?
The portal?
They're using Kevin like a portal.
That's the right word. Yes.
A human portal.
It talks through me sometimes.
My gut feeling is it would be great sometime if we could have like a meeting, like a circle, so to speak, to do some work with some people. Because it's going to take more than just a suggestion, especially with Kevin.
I know that's why I brought you in, because this is complicated now with Kevin. I mean, we're talking. Don't worry. No, don't be nervous. But it's complicated because you are, as Dana says, you are a portal. You're always open. So for them, it's like a drive-through. It's like in and out, in and out, in and out. and you're feeling it, but because you can't block it and you can't understand it, and this needs work. Because we need to teach. First of all, we need to send you like protective light and do some, light work with you. And B, we need to teach you how to lock.
Yeah, lock the door.
Lock the door and control your gift. Because right now you have an amazing gift, but it's not under control. It's rampant. So you need you have to learn how to get, and that needs a little bit of work. I mean, it's taken me years how to switch on and switch off, because I was also either too closed or too open. It was a mess. So it needs work, but we're here for you. And Dana's right. We should do a little circle.
Because if you learn how to lock the door and just open it when you're comfortable or when you have time and available, you'll feel a lot better.
Yeah, because I don't have a problem exercising a gift that I have once I know about it, and like you said, know when I can take me time.
Yeah.
I used to turn to alcohol a lot.
See, I'm sorry.
No, sorry. Go on, Dana. Sorry.
Just like me in the past, when I didn't know what was going on, if you don't learn how to learn about it and utilize it and lock the door when needed, then it comes out on its own, or you get used like you're being used.
Yeah.
So you have to gain some kind of power and control over it so you can use it as needed.
And don't forget the fact that they know that you can see them, feel them, and actually channel them. They love that. There's like, woohoo, it's a party. Yay, he can see us, feel us, hear us. Let's go. And that's where you need to like be assertive. That's how, you have to learn how to be assertive and really recognizing the cues as well. What kind of energies are they? What do they want? What kind of spirits? Is it angels? Is it spirits? What is it? Because once you understand it, and once you understand what you're feeling, you'll be able to control it. And I think it would be an amazing, you would do a medium. You would be an amazing medium, because that's what you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I don't feel any bad energy or anything. And I do feel like when I'm alone, especially if I take like a sensory deprivation bath, where I close the door, turn off the lights, it doesn't take long before I'm really amused by very obscure things that I can't remember or recall later.
And and this will keep. You know what? The thing is, it's going to get worse if we don't do something about it. It will get worse. You might start seeing your wife will feel it. Do you know what I mean? You're going to having physical activity around you.
Okay.
So
I've experienced that.
It's going to get strong because they're going to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So we need to do some work with that, and I agree with Dana. I mean, because I really think you would be an amazing medium.
I'll do whatever you suggest. I'm here, and this sounds exciting, and I'm just Hi.
Let me ask you, can you follow me, Jenny and Dana on Instagram, and then we'll take it from there.
I don't have Instagram yet, but that can change within an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I like that.
So, yeah, I think I can get Instagram.
Well, now you have one. Or emails. Or emails. My email's down below, or it's on my website, and then we can just bring everyone together and help you.
Awesome. Wow,
Okay.
that'd be really
You're
good.
not alone. You're not alone.
But Instagram would probably be easiest to be able to communicate with all.
I agree.
Okay.
Because we already have groups on Instagram, and we talk about various things. We help each other. We have our little support system, and it would be nice to include you in that. So,
because there's private messages that we talk back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Well, I'm really excited to learn something from you folks and maybe discover more about myself.
I'm excited for you.
I'm glad you called in. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's why I said let us see you and feel you, so we can get a better sense of what's going on.
Didn't you feel it as he came on? Didn't you feel that he's like he's one of us? Like he's like your energy. You have powerful energy and powerful light. It's just you need to manage it. You need to handle it properly. That's all.
Okay.
And I have found that people that usually do have things going on are more restrained and
Introverted
about talking about it. I know.
Oh yeah, right.
I know. I
Who's
always was.
listening, right?
So,
one of the most famous and most accurate psychics in the world, George Anderson. He was even tested by the FBI, and they actually said that he was legit. He was the most introverted, shy person. His whole childhood, he had no friends. He had an invisible friend, and that was about it. That was his best friend, his friend. And his whole childhood, he was very religious as well. He came from a Catholic family and all that. But his whole childhood, he spent it alone. An introverted, shy, little awkward child. And he is 98% accuracy. Look him up. He's amazing. He's written books. He's amazing. Very, very accurate. The best psychic in the world. So as an example, okay, he was a very closed, shy person, but he was an amazing psychic. So.
Well, I guess that could be me. I don't know. I've never really been put to the test.
We'll find out. We'll find out. As soon as we sort this little issue out, I think, you'll spread your wings like a butterfly and you'll do amazing work and help a lot of people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I just got shivers and goosebumps. So yeah, that's true.
But thanks for calling, Kevin, because we have to wrap it up because we're over 1.5 hours and Jenny has to pick up Billy and I guess Dana has to, we all have stuff to do and we can't do this all night, but please join back next Monday as well, same time.
Absolutely. Look forward to it.
Thank you. In the meantime, open that Instagram.
All right. Bye.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Thanks. Bye. All right. So shall we do a lightning reading? Is there anyone for a lightning reading? We can do one because we're running out of time and I don't want to keep anyone from their work, their business.
I feel like that was almost like a lightning reading.
Who?
I feel like that one was almost like a lightning reading. Like,
right, it did feel that way. But I'm so happy that we're able to help someone who is just going through and they just don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, especially a guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm loving that. Let me just drop the link again, just in case anyone wants a lightning reading. I'm just going to do one so we can wrap it up really fast. I'm sorry, Casey, I can't bring you back up, but please call in next time. I can see her in the background. Please call in next time as well.
Did she want a lightning reading?
Do you want a lightning reading? No, she says no. Okay. So if no one else calls in, then I think we'll just call it a night or a day. Night for me, day for you guys.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Oh my God. Okay, we've been online. We've been live for an hour and a half. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was awesome though.
It's like, how can you stop talking about these things? There's so much to talk about, so much to share, right? I mean, where do you start and when do you end? We'll do this again. We'll do this topic again.
Yes.
So I'll drop Dana. Dana, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Right, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for joining us, Mystic Monday. I hope this helped. I really hope you learned something today. I hope you learned that you can also be psychic and you can also pick up energies and be able to see things that other people can't or don't want to. And maybe we'll just, do another one, like a sequel of this show and talk about more about, I want to talk about crystals as well. Maybe that would be next week's segment.
Yes, I would love to.
How crystals can help magnify, accentuate your psychic abilities. Which crystals?
I would love that.
How do you use them? Stuff like that. So I think we'll do that next week.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I look forward to that.
Jenny, any last words? Anything?
No, this was fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for joining in the chat. Make sure that you like, subscribe, set your notifications, and and all that fun stuff.
I also would like to reminded me that I've uploaded on here on my channel the 2021 forecast for all the star signs, and this is exciting. Some of you are going to have an amazing year. Others are going to have more of a learning. It's going to be a year about teaching and learning and acquiring new skills and really tapping into your inner self and really understanding who you are. And some of you are just going to have babies. I saw babies. And
I know you said that, and you said like Leo, February, babies. I'm like, wait, I'm a Leo rising. I'm like, no,
another one.
Careful.
Oh yeah, I saw babies for some, especially for those. When I was doing the readings, I had the baby reading. Basically, I saw that was that for Leos. I also got the message that this applies for parents who have been trying for a long time. So this is going to be a wonderful little surprise for people who think that they can't have babies or they've been trying for a long time. So this is going to be a very good year for
That's awesome.
a lot of you, a lot of us, basically. So again, thank you very much. We hope to see you again next Monday. Till next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.